bloody Harry Maguire is yet into deep shit. He's onto the deep end of the lake. That's it. This coming out, that sources close to him have really come out and really released this, is really undermining Erik Ten Hag, and obviously he has gone ahead to break Erik Ten Hag's rules, because Ten Hag set rules at Manchester United when he came in through, and all those close to Harry Maguire, this might have been maybe your last nail in the coffin, and I believe Ten Hag monitoring this, and what is hurting is that he's the captain of the club, leaking news out of the dressing room, and obviously he is really a culprit under the Erik Ten Hag era. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. I was supposed to do this story yesterday, but you know, I was tight yesterday, but today I said I have to come out and give my verdict onto this scenario of a man who goes by the names of Harry Maguire coming out and really saying this into the public eye. So, guys, you see, before I even go into what Harry Maguire said, but I want to take you back. The worst mistake that United has ever made is to make Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a permanent manager of Manchester United, who was really green about managing a club like Manchester United. He had never managed a very big club apart from Molde down in his home country known as Norway, and obviously they gave him the job. What shows you that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is unfit? Bournemouth sacked their manager Scott Parker, but he was not among the list of player all managers were looking at. Brighton has just sacked a manager, and he's not part of the manager they're looking at. So it shows you how low we went. And when we went low, we had to go in and really buy in central defenders like Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, expensively at 130 million pounds together. Harry Maguire going in for 80 million pounds, and the player who goes by the names of Aaron Wan-Bissaka going in for 50 million pounds. Those were really bad mistakes. Those were blunders made by a man who goes by the names of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he didn't know the style of play he was going to play at Manchester United, and obviously brought in bloody Harry Maguire. And obviously, he costed him his career, he got sacked, but till then, until now, this is still haunting United. And guess what? Harry Maguire, a man who was responsible for the disintegration of the dressing room last season, has gone ahead to leak more information from the dressing room. And remember, why is Harry Maguire culprit? Erik Ten Hag came out and told these players during preseason that if you have something haunting you, don't take it to the media. Even if your family members knows it, even if your agent knows it, let them not take it to the media. Let them talk to McLaren, or really beg for an opportunity to go on and talk to the board if at all they're the ones responsible. That's what Erik Ten Hag really said. But Harry Maguire has come out through his close source, and he has let this out. Onto international duty, Harry Maguire has gone ahead to let out this. And you know it very well that Harry Maguire is not playing for United ever since that game of Brentford where we lost 4-0, especially in the Premier League. He played again when we were playing against Real Sociedad and we lost. And someone is telling us that I've seen some fans commenting onto the videos that do record on a daily, that Harry Maguire is a sign of bad luck, because every time he has captained United this season, United has lost. He captained United against Brighton, we lost. He captained United against Brentford, we lost 4-0. He captained United against a side which goes on Real Sociedad, we lost 1-0. So it's like he's a sign of bad luck. But obviously, let's get into this, because I'm going to dissect and give you my opinions, and obviously yours will be welcome into the comment section below. Now, Mark Odgen is a senior writer at ESPN. He has told us that source close to Harry Maguire says Harry Maguire needs space around him. No, not really. Sources say Harry Maguire's frustration with David De Gea's communication and reluctance to defend further away from his goal line were a factor in the overall malaise in defense last season. Now, You see, we have a saying in our language that the eye of the already slaughtered cow looks at the person who is really taking or pelting the skin or peeling the skin of its body up, instead of keeping that eye onto the person that really took its life. You get? So when you look at Harry Maguire, he's really blaming the wrong person. You get? When you look at people like David De Gea, he's one of those players that has been at United. He won us titles, especially the Premier League. You get? I think he even played in very many competitions. He's one of the legends. We respect at United, and that's why he's really great. He was voted, ever since Alex Ferguson left, I think 60% of the seasons, he was always voted United's Player of the Year. Has Harry Maguire ever even voted United's Player of the Month ever since he came in at United? I don't even remember. Maybe you can really remind me, because I might have forgotten. But you can come out and say that David De Gea's communication and reluctance to defend further away from his goal were a factor in overall malaise in defense last season. This is a contradiction. Harry Maguire, let me first not talk about even the communication, but David De Gea's reluctance to defend further away from his goal line. Now, Harry Maguire, you were really thriving when United was playing a decline. You've never thrived into that central defense of United when we went for what we call a high line. One, you can't put Harry Maguire and the word high line in the same sentence because they collide. Harry Maguire is as slow as a snail. He can't really move fast and really close down that space. Even if that space is closed down by a man who goes by the names of David De Gea, he cannot close it down. Look at the goals we conceded against Brighton. They beat him on pace. It was not a high line, it was a decline, and he couldn't even chase one of the strikers that are slow in the Premier League who goes whenever well back. How can he come in here and humiliate himself and really talk about the high line? You get? That's out. That's out. David De Gea has gone ahead to keep super clean sheets with the likes of Smalling, Phil Jones in central defense. Remember that very well after Vidic and even when Vidic and Rio Ferdinand were here at United, Alex Ferguson really opted to go in for Johnny Evans, Phil Jones, and a player who goes by the names of Chris Smalling. All those are English players. When he talks about communication, De Gea was communicating with David De Gea. He was communicating with Rio Ferdinand, who is English. He played with Evans, who speaks English. He played with Phil Jones, who speaks English, and Chris Smalling, who speaks English, and they played very well. And by the way, for your information, that central defense partnership won us a Premier League. Mr. David De Gea, Mr. Harry Maguire, get your facts right. All these are wrong. That your communication and reluctancy, that David De Gea's communication, that he does not communicate well with him in English. And for God's sake, there is something I want to ask myself. What does it take? How many words does a keeper need to talk out to a defender like Harry Maguire? If you've spent close to three years at United and you can't listen to what De Gea says to you in English, then you are just dumb. You are dumb. He's dumb, that means. So I believe Harry Maguire really needs to go on and really go ahead and do the needful on himself and know that his career at United is done. That's it. Because it's really shaming for him, but he has to accept it because the career is done. He's done, because I know Erik will go in and really bring in what we call another centre forward. Another central defender, because that's what he is all about, and that's what he wants, a man who goes by names of Erik ten Hag. So, talking of language, all De Gea's communication was a trouble with Harry Maguire. This also confirms to us that the stories we read that Harry Maguire wanted, or he spearheaded the move for David De Gea to be gotten out of the goal of United as a starting goalkeeper and really put in Dean Henderson is right. Because I think last season, last season but one, we had a story confirming to us that Harry Maguire told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that he's having poor communication with David De Gea. You get? And he told him that, please, can you put Dean Henderson in goal because he's English and we can really talk very well. So that is how our captain is bad. And it's really bad that a captain of the club is coming out to say all this. Then afterwards, Mark Odgen came out and told us that close sources to Maguire told him Harry Maguire hasn't had a good 12 months, but he hasn't been helped by those around him, coaches, all players, so it's inevitable that his confidence and form have suffered. This is a lie. This is a lie. All the players that Erik ten Hag found here are playing very well, most of them. David De Gea is playing very well. Diego Dalot is playing very well. Rafael Varane is playing very well. Scott McTominay, one of the players I used to slate in here for you, he's playing very well. Rashford is improving. Sancho is improving. Ronaldo is trying to get up. Martial is playing very well. Then tell me, which player is he talking about? What makes him think that he's a special player? Harry Maguire, these are really comments, all statements that you let out that are not even viable. They're not backed with facts. You can come out and say that he has not been helped by those around him, coaches or players. That's out, guys. Lisandro Martinez just came in through, not part of the preseason. He's putting in brilliant performances. He has only been at United like 2 months. Lisandro Martinez, 2-3 months. Harry Maguire is going to clock his 4th year at United by the end of the season. You know that very well. Then, Eriksen, 2 months, 2-3 months at United, playing very well like that. Malacia, you get? I think for him, he has spent like 3-4 months at United because he came in towards 5th, was it 5th July, I think. That's when he came in through. He was the first signing of the summer. He was with United in the preseason and obviously played very well. He has been here and is playing in very well. So it shows you that Harry Maguire, it's all about his quality. Let no one lie to you. It's all about Harry Maguire's quality that cannot match the levels of what Erik ten Hag demands. The demands of Erik ten Hag are far much high than the quality of Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire can't match this. And guys, amongst all this is what really made me laugh and said, "Oh my God, does Harry Maguire think he's at this level?" Oh my God. Then the other source told us that Harry Maguire needs space around him, but he hasn't had that. If you pick Ruben Diaz in the Manchester United defense and Harry in the City back four, Diaz would struggle and Harry would thrive. This is a total lie. This is a total lie. You get? Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane are fast centre-backs. Harry Maguire had a chance to play with Rafael Varane last season, but he could bottle up games. You know that very well. Now, look at Lisandro Martinez. Erik ten Hag first gave Harry Maguire a chance to go in and really play in the central defense partnership with the man who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez. And he bottled everything up. That is Harry Maguire. So, even if he's having pace around him, there is nothing. This is a lie that when you put him in City, he thrives. Who tells he thrives? Even at the English national team, his manager knows that to get the best out of Harry Maguire, you have to play with the back three. You have to put two quick centre-backs around him. It shows you how bad Harry Maguire is. He cannot even play alongside one centre-back. That's it. If you put Ruben Diaz in the United defence, that he will struggle. Oh, what kind of ideology is this? What kind of thoughts is Harry Maguire trading? Guys, in that central defense of United, partner Ruben Diaz with Lisandro Martinez, we are going to be solid. You get? Partner Diaz with Rafael Varane, we are going to be solid. You get? But partner Harry Maguire with a player who goes by the names of Akanji or John Stones, you will see trouble. You will see trouble. That means trouble. You get? Trouble will be written all over you. Your central defense will be screaming trouble. That's it. So, Mr. Harry Maguire, these are things you shouldn't come out and really say in public because they are really shaming, and you shouldn't come out and really put it into the public eye or public domain because you are shaming yourself. How can you say that David De Gea, lack of all communicating to you very well, is the reason? You are not a professional player. That means when you go to Italy, you're going to struggle. You should only thrive when you're playing under an English goalkeeper. That's out. And that David De Gea's reluctancy to defend further away from his goal line were a factor in him having a very bad season. Harry Maguire, you can only thrive when you're playing a deep line. Then why should David De Gea play what we call from his goal line a lot? You are a culprit of a high line. You get? That's it. So all of these things that Harry Maguire said, I've gone ahead to really dismiss them. They are null and void. They don't have any truth in them. You get? Treat them with the required treatment, guys, because they hold no water at all. I don't know what you guys think about it, but go into the comment section. Tell me what you think about Harry Maguire breaking Erik ten Hag's rules and really leaking the dressing room secrets out to the media. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. First video of the day. I'm coming back to let you know what De Jong is all about and very many others. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later.